Bruce and even Ozzy were unhappy.
Well, they always grumble a little bit, Philip.
Yeah, well, they did make a little trip, and this morning we heard that they wanted to report the final round from some boat moored off Gulf Harbour. What's going on, Emma?
Well, Phil, you've got the cushy job sitting there in the studio. Meanwhile, we're out here slaving. This time we're on the harbour, and it is gorgeous down here. Completely different perspective looking back at the Gulf Harbour Country Club. And Bruce, I'm not going to say you're old or anything, but you were here before this course was even built.
Emma, thank you for not calling me old. Yes, I was here about 10 years ago. I looked at the site before it started construction. I think then only the marina was built at that stage. But you could tell even then, the stretch of holes between 12 and 17, or the holes that have since become 12 to 17, really would become perhaps the most talked about piece of golfing land in the country. Ozzy, it's a really special place.
Well, it's spectacular out here, Bruce. As you said, the 17th hole up here on top of the cliff, the 16th green right out in this peninsula behind us, and the 16th tee in behind that. And Bruce, I might even go to a bit sailing today, a little bit of, maybe even a bit of fishing would be nice.
Bruce, do you think anybody ever hits it off the cliff into the water?
Oh, you'd have to be a shocking golfer to hit it this far out.
Whoa, what about this catch? Phil, I didn't know you had a start in the Pro-Am on Wednesday.
Oh, lovely. Thanks very much. The Aussie War Show. You could just see him with his own television show, couldn't you? Well, one thing about Frank Nobile, and one of the reasons I like Frank a lot, is that he's not into that. A big hole this. Yesterday was the second toughest hole on course. Early indications today that it's the 16th toughest. What does that tell us about the breeze?
Well, obviously, Phil, as you refer to, the breeze has changed a lot from yesterday, and yesterday was right into the teeth of the breeze. And, well, I thought I'd come out here and check the golf course rather than looking at just through the eyes of a camera like yesterday. But and also, I'm a little frightened of the water. But today, with today's pin back right, it's like one of those bogey opportunities. I mean, the pin is accessible enough to make a birdie, but obviously, because it's so close to the back, you get a little aggressive, and when those leaders come down the final hole with a chance to maybe change their careers, as you referred to a little earlier, well, there's going to be a lot of nerves, there's going to be a lot of drama.
The talking point today has been what happened to a guy called Steve Webster. Now, Greg, background us, please. Here was a guy called Steve Webster who shot 70, 69 and then an 80 in the third round. He goes out and has to play by himself this morning.
Yeah, well, he'd have been very disappointed with his form on Saturday, shooting 80, blowing himself out of the tournament. But first up this morning, playing with a friend, no pressure, only reasons to be aggressive. And boy, did he get aggressive. And he got it going really early, and I think shows us what may be able to be achieved later in the day.
Well, birdie after birdie after birdie, and can you believe it? He comes to hole number 17. He is suddenly 9 under. There is a chance that he could take out the course record on his own. Believe it or not, this is what happened. Steve Webster with a final putt.
Yeah, he got to 18. Now he's had 9 birdies today, no bogeys. Long putt. He'll be well aware that not only is this going to move him a long way up the leaderboard, this is a chance to break the course record. A course record held by 5 guys, 3 times equaled this week. And 62. Stephen Webster, what a way to start the day. Fantastic stuff.
Well, what does it tell us? I mean, a 62 for a guy playing literally on his own. What would he be? Relaxed, just, you know, unbridled enthusiasm.
Well, of course he's going to be relaxed, but it also tells us that the course is there to be had. I think the win today is the easiest of the week. It tells us that we could have the best scoring of the whole week.
You know how tough it is to play Gulf Harbour at the best of times, Frank. 62, what was your appraisal of that?
Well, I don't think you'd ever predict that today. I mean, today are Sunday pins. Traditionally, you know, you expect Sunday to be a little bit more difficult, but, I mean, what can you say? These guys are good. Steve Webster, outstanding round of golf.
And it is Steve Webster's name who goes into the record books as the course record holder. Let's join Bruce Young. He's with another champion.
Well, Steve Webster, a final round of 62, a course record here at the Holden New Zealand Open. I guess you left the best till last.
Well, you could say that, yeah. I mean, after yesterday, I didn't expect much today. I didn't hit a practice putt or a practice shot before I went out. I just went straight to the first tee, hit it straight left, and I thought, oh, you know, it's going to be one of them days. But got on a bit of a run and made a few putts and loved it.
An 18-shot swing between yesterday and today, has that ever happened before in your golfing career?
It's happened to my dad, but not me. I think my dad shot 100, then he might have broke 80 the next day. But no, not to me. No, it's a big gap.
Steve, you played with a marker today. I guess a friend of yours, perhaps? Somebody you knew?
Yeah, Simon Hurd. He plays on the tour as well. He was like first reserve, I think, this week. And we hadn't played since the old amateur days, so we had a good chat round there. And it just relaxed me, I think. and I got on a bit of a run 9 under after 12, and I thought, you know, this is how it should play. I mean, it just went back. I didn't even try to make a good score, to be honest. I just went out there and relaxed and hit some shots and just made the putts.
Were you conscious of the fact that the course record was a possibility?
Yeah, I mean, when I made that putt on 12, but then you've got a tough stretch of holes, really. You know, 16, 17 can be really tricky. You can make 6 there without even hitting a bad shot. So I was just glad to see the 25-footer go in at the last.
How far out was that putt from the hole when you finally thought it was going to go in?
Well, about 6 foot out, I thought this has got a hell of a chance, and it just kept its line and ended up in the middle, so I was delighted.
And what about next week? What's on for next week for Steve Webster?
Sydney. I'm going to learn how to surf.
Well, let's hope you're as good as that as you were today with your golf. Congratulations, a fine job.
Well, and Jared Mosley, after 2 holes, is 1 under the card. Also a very good effort here by James Nitties. He has completed his round today, a 7 under, 65. He is 11 under after having completed 4 holes. Other good scoring coming from the Swedish player, Peter Hedblom. Denmark's Anders Hansen is here as well, and he's 4 under.
I think some of those guys just had naturally good pace, and some looked at it differently. You know, Finchy, I think, was a very aggressive putter. You had another great putter, Ben Crenshaw, who used to just have the knack of dying the ball right at the hole every time. Craig Parry now.
Birdie on 7 down the hill. Just not happening today for Parry. And I think if you're going to do anything, you know, are you going to be aggressive, or are you going to be a lag putter or a length putter? And I think it comes back to matching up your game with your putting. If you're an aggressive hitter, I think the best way to find out if an aggressive player is get someone to hit maybe 10 chips. If they consistently chip it past the hole, you're going to say, well, that person's an aggressive player and should putt the same way. Those that try and chip it and roll it to the front of the hole will tend to putt the same way.
Of course, always easy to be a bit more aggressive putter if you're a good short putter too, not concerned about those inevitable putts from 1 or 2 metres past that you will get. Now Brett Rumford, from perfect position in the fairway, and yet having this 2.5 metres for par. Yeah, he won't be pleased with that. I'd say that about sums it up.
Move forward to 11. Par 5, 489 metres. Alka in ideal position here. Laid it up. Shot of some 70-odd metres. Now the pin today, 6 from the left and only 8 on. I've seen a lot of shots this week catch this green and spin backwards. So you've got to be able to control it. Like a 3/4 shot. You give it 3/4 power, oh, you get 3/4 spin.
I guess what he'll be having to decide here is if he wants to land it on the bottom and keep it there, he can't afford to be going hard at it. If he's going to hit it at 100%, then he'll have to fly it all the way to the back tier and spin it back down. I like the former of the two. It needs to stay there, and, well, okay. Could do with giving himself a chance, even if an outside one.
Lara on 9 has taken a drop from that hazard, so there's a penalty involved there. His second shot missing the green on the right, so this shot for his attempted par. Played well last year, had 3 top 10 finishes, including a 3rd at Qatar Masters and 5th in the
Built on a ridge and valley landscape, the sights of this course are truly unforgettable. As you fly south, you arrive in the garden city of Christchurch. The serenity of the Avon River makes the city one of New Zealand's most attractive.
And unless they move the green, about 20 metres left to where it is, he's going to have to pay for his own ticket.
It's unusual for O'Malley to miss a target by that far. Now Richard Green, his second shot on 6. Difficult angle to come in from the right-hand rough. Needs to play away from the pin. It's a dicey little pitch there coming across the corner of the bunker.
Now then, Simon Nash.
Yeah, well done.
Critical day for this young man, and he's going quietly along. 1 under par, 14 under, time to make something happen, and courting disaster, but that's just fine when it's finished.
Now that little shot, Richard Green. 1 bounce, check it, and just let it roll slowly down to the hole. Got it a little heavy. It's released more than he would have liked. He would have liked to have pitched it a lot further up the green and spun it, but still a chance to make 4.
Now, will you say a little heavy, Aussie?
Just hit the ground behind the ball, squash the grass between the club face and the ball so the ball doesn't spin by rolling up the club face.
Right at the pin, straight over the top of the bunkers, but it's going to have to get going.
Well, that looked a little fat to me. Hit the ground behind the ball, popped up in the air, took some of the sting out of it, the speed out of it, as we move forward to the tall Swede, Robert Karlsson. And Robert going along well, we'll give him that. He's at 14 under par. But now 4 behind his compatriot. Now Oliver Wilson, this lie looks a little scabby.
He's deep in the hay here. He might just have to punch it out and see if he can roll up. He's got the right line. Just needs to bounce and roll. He'll get the green.
Well, it's a tremendous shot. Just the strength of these young players today, managing to get that all the way to the green on the par 5 after a less than perfect tee shot.
This is Nash. On 7 for birdie. And he's got a really well played hole. The knack of that hole today is to drive it down the right side. He was only half a metre from the edge of the right-hand side of the fairway. Fine pitching under the hole, could be aggressive with a putt. So a perfect plan. So the 10th. Damien McRae out in 32, 4 under. Currently 15 under for the tournament. Just to get to 16 and 2 behind Nicholas Fast. Played well in the wind yesterday, as you would expect from an Irishman. A lot of link-style courses over there, and they're used to strong, cool breezes.
As we move forward to 8, 164 metres. Pin today, cut 22 paces from the front. So ideally, just wants to fly it on the front third. No time to be a hero. Just catches the edge of the green, no damage.
Oh, Tunnicliffe in the front right-hand trap here. Can't really see the lie from this position. Looks to be sitting nicely. Fly it up to the pin, one bounce, spin it a little. Oh, almost perfect. Coming down breeze there, a little hard to stop it.
And back to the 8th hole. Well, hole in one here gets you a business class trip for 2 to Dubai from any of Emirates' 78 destinations worldwide. Wouldn't he love a 1 here? And a very nice shot indeed for Simon Nash, just warming to the task. 2 under himself for the day, 15 under. Boy, if he could make another birdie, he would be right in the thick of it.
Oliver Wilson, the only man in the top 35 out in the course, not even or under par, but the chance to change that right here. That was for Eagle. Can convert that one. He'll be back into that grouping on par, I bet, for the day's round. Disbelief at the roll on that. Obviously a poor read. Thought it was a lot straighter than that, a lot quicker.
Yeah, just looking a little perplexed. Gee, you like to see the ball rolling well early in the round when you're in contention, and Nicholas Fast making those putts, seeing that he's clearly got a good feel for the speed and break on the greens today, and it's an ominous sign for the rest of the field. We saw how when he starts making a few putts on Friday during his course record,
Seventh hole, little par 4. Watch this putt here. It's just going to turn a little, right to left. It's going to pick it out of the hole, isn't he? Yeah, easily done. Look at that. Pick it up. Come on, a little smile at the crowd. You can do it. Come on, smile. Well, it should be. Just birdied 3 of the last 4 holes. I'd be happy, but I'm not playing. These guys are. Miles Tunnicliffe, back on the 7th tee.
and the crowd like it back on the tee, and that's why. Beautiful iron shot, right-hand side of the fairway.
Richard Green, he's playing solid as a rock, but still finds himself behind. He's got to go down. Come on, lefty. Oh, the lefty catches the left lip. Shock horror, he didn't believe that. Tap it in. It's not fair. Now Oliver Wilson, back on the same tee. Also going with the iron.
Well, he may have strayed on the last tee shot, but this one looks pretty good down the fairway.
And indeed, Emma, it is right in the fairway. Just a little left of centre, but I think with just a pitch shot in there and with the pin on the right, that'll be fine. You can see he's smiling a little more after that first birdie of the day. Now, Englishman Lee Slattery, his second shot to the this ninth hole is proved formidable today. Third hardest hole on the course, averaging 4.169.
Wow, great camera work there from our camera, and that picked up that ball every inch of the flight. And wow, he's got to love that.
Final group moving down hole number 7. Only 15 players within 5 of the lead. The lead held by the Swedish player Nicholas Fast. Can he withstand the challenges? More to come on the Holden New Zealand Open.
metres. Stephen Elkin now, that's a
.164 here, Greg, right to left and helping the starting at the right edge of the green and staying on that line.
Competition makes good players. His brother Adam, also a professional, plays most of the year up in Asia. Now let's take a look at the ball positioning here on 7, the short putt. He leaves an uphill putt. Got a good swing, this young kid. Spent a lot of time in the States.
Now you can see there, Nicholas Fast, he cannot ground the club there because the ball is in the hazard. See his left foot there, it's right on the hazard line. Like a long bunker shot. Wow, Fast dodged a bullet, dirty eagle, now a chance for another one.
Well, Rolf Muncie's been tripped to Neptune's locker, I'm afraid. Has Jose Manuel Lara in front of him. He hit his tee shot, though, I think, in the water. And that's really going to take the wind out of the sails of Rolf Muntz.
So this fascinating contest now starting to wind down as the leading group reverse grip. In the end, the contest came to the wire. It was Team Holden who reigned supreme after Jason Richards clinched it with a winning putt. Marcus Fraser, birdie putt now on number 6. He's 12 under the card at the moment.
Birdie putt. Marcus Fraser on 6. Up the hill, moving a touch right to left. Really needs to get something going. And does. Only one player currently in the top 35 that's not under par.
Even with the aid of modern technology, will prove to be a genuine three-shotter for the bulk of the field.
Bruce, this is the other par 5 on the back 9. 14, 474 metres. I think this one's going to be reachable in 2 today, providing the play.
Pleased with the way it's all come together. Plenty of talking points then for our expert commentators, John Lister, Ozzie Moore and Bruce Young, who's on the 10th.
Many people suggest that the first 63 holes of a 72-hole golf tournament are merely for positioning yourself for the final 9 on Sunday. Whether that be true or not, the par 5 10th, sweeping right to left around this lake behind me and coming early in our coverage today, will prove to be a true examination early in the back 9 for those in contention. Measuring 540 metres, or for our American audience, nearly 600 yards, this hole, even with the aid of modern technology, will prove to be a genuine three-shotter for the bulk of the field.
Bruce, this is the other par 5 on the back 9. 14, 474 metres. I think this one's going to be reachable in 2 today, providing the players can negotiate the water hazards either side of the fairway. I think this will be a good spot to sit for the afternoon with a Steinlager of 2 and watch the hot action that's going to happen.
Bruce, I'm in the clubhouse here looking over the 18th fairway, and this is where the action will finish this week for the Holden Clearwater Classic. The winner will be presented with his prize here on the 18th green. And John, I probably will have a Jacobs Creek Shiraz or 2.
Yes, tough life for Ozzie Moore. Yes, the 18th hole. Very interesting finish to the course because on the first day, it was the hardest hole on the course. In the second round, it was the second hardest, and yet with the wind change yesterday, it turned into the 3rd easiest. It'll be very interesting to see how the 18th plays today. Right, the leaders are out on the course. Let's see how they and the other golfers coped with the early holes.
Looking at the 11th hole today, playing 187 metres. This is Jay Delsing, missed the green to the right, par 3. He was 1 under at this stage, and delightful little chip down the hill and in to go 2 under.
And on the other par 3, the 9th, Greg Turner, 1 under today's for his front 9. He's left a little bit of work to do there.
Back to the par 3 11s, playing into the breeze today. Very long hole. Brad Andrews, 1 over at this stage. This is his tee shot. Straight into a strong breeze, about 20 to 25 kilometres an hour. And an excellent shot. If it runs it out, well, it'll be a certain birdie for Andrews.
And Brad Ott here at the first hole. This is putt for par.